Hey everyone, it's Mr. Bear back with another boring video. And today I have Mr. Nathan on our right and Miss Hedgehog on the left. Now, we're going to be talking about something pretty fun that you guys can actually do at home. If you guys are interested, just stay tuned. Now, before we get started, guys, I just want to make sure if you go outside, make sure you're wearing your face masks. As you can see, Mr. Nathan has a bandana and Miss Hedgehog has a medical face mask with filters and all that fancy stuff. And also, keep in mind, 6 feet distance. Yes, they are at a 6 feet distance apart from each other. For now, social distancing, guys, all right? Be safe. Now, let's get started.
All right, you guys, so we are back. Mr. Nathan, what did you bring for us today?
I brought puppets. I brought all sorts of fun little puppets. And I like puppets. Puppetry is cool. In fact, I used to direct a puppet team at my church. And there was my phone, but I'm going to ignore that. So, I hear you. I'm not listening to you though. This is a puppet that I had when I was doing the church puppet team. His name is Jun. And he is a rod arm puppet. And we call him a rod arm puppet because we usually attach rods to his arms, and that allows us to help him move. So I can, see, and I can look this way. There are some basics in puppetry that you kind of learn through this style of puppetry, but it applies to everything. So for example, if the stage was, say, here, because I don't want to see the top of my head, I don't want him standing here, because that's too short. And I don't want to stand in here because that's my arm, right? So I want him to have a proper length. I also don't want him just standing like this. Very boring.
Very boring, yeah.
So I want to kind of give him, some motion, some movement, because no one in this room is sitting still. Even when you're sitting still, you're not sitting still. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So the thing I always told my puppeteers when I was teaching them was puppetry is the art of artificial life, not the action of implied movement. In other words, we were taught to enter with 4 stair steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm not just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, I've entered. Jen is kind of old, so he's going to walk a little slower. He's probably going to be looking down too, because that's the life he's going to have. And of course, he's going to turn around. I'm not going to turn him around and just have him exit. He's going to walk around and then come down.
Okay.
See that? So, again, puppetry is the art of artificial life, not the action of implied movement. And I haven't really actually brought Jen to show him off because Jen's expensive. And for kids in scouting, to get a puppet like that, you would either have to buy a pattern and get someone who sews, which is what I did. And then find the rods and blah, 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 blah. When there's some much easier puppets that can be built. One that you probably already have.
I got one of those.
I got in so much trouble with these. My girlfriend would not let me handle her teddy bear in college because I kept bringing it to life. Again, puppetry is the art of artificial life, not the action of implied movement, right? So, I figured out that if I took these 2 fingers and I pinched the arms like that, and then these 2 fingers and I pinched the head, now I pretty much got full control of the upper body.
Okay.
See that?
Yeah.
And again, they're very minimal movements on my part, but very big movements on the puppet's part. So, kind of have him walking around and you just kind of sit. Notice how he's not sitting still. I'm trying to give him life. In fact, fun story. I was talking to a lady about starting a puppet team at our church. Never happened. And she made the mistake of letting me talk to her bear, or play with a bear. So the bear is on my lap, and it's talking to me, and we're just talking like we're talking now. And the bear gets bored. So the bear crawls out of my lap, up to the coffee table, and starts playing with the papers on the coffee table. The papers that happen to be her homework. She turned to the bear and said, "Hey, stop that!" The bear, not me. the bear, and the bear looked at her, papers, looked at her, looked at the papers, looked at her, looked at the papers, crawled back up in my lap, and took a nap. And I pressed my thumb up against its chest to give it that breathing illusion.
Okay.
Because again, it's not staying still. Puppetry is the art of artificial life, not the action of the flight movement. And she just looked at that and she was like, okay, you're too good for me. So, okay, so. Another puppet that I had a lot of fun with in college was, we would eat out a lot as college students. And I was looking at the trash that came with the fast food trash that I was like, I could make a puppet out of that. And so I took the burger box that I had, and then I cut a hole in the base of it so that the straw could move nice and wide like that. And I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but I cut 2 holes, or 2 slits in the top with my pocket knife.
Okay.
And then I took the straw and I pinched it, and I pushed it up through here. And if you can see that, where I just kind of pushed it and threaded it through and then bent it back down, it's all the security I need. It's all the security I need on that. I take it, put it back in my straw. Now, I'm gonna pinch the straw right here with my fingers. And the reason I'm telling you that is because you're not gonna see it. But if you want to do this yourself, you're gonna have to do that because my hand is not big enough, and I have a big hand. It's not big enough to open the mouth and close the mouth. If I was just trying that, that's what would happen. But since I'm pinching it, I'm actually pushing down. See that?
Yeah.
Now I'm moving to open the mouth, like that. I can give it a voice. Hello.
Hello.
So, yep, I lost it. There we go.
Oh no.
Another thing you want to think about in puppetry is not just breath or focus, because I'm looking at you now, looking at you, looking at you. Hello. So I'm also going to consider weight. So I'm not just going to have them hop around like this. That's not realistic at all, is it?
No.
No. So it's a little more realistic, right? I want to make sure I have that weight balance. That was kind of bad, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So puppets can literally be anything. And that's one of the beauties of it. So here, let me set up something else. I'll show that to you. This is a picture frame, a piece of paper. Oh, that'll work great. Why didn't I do that before? All right, little cabin in the woods. Nice old man by the windowsill. He's right over here if you can see him.
Oh, yeah.
Little rabbit hopping by, knocking at the door. Help me, help, they said. Or the hunter shoots me dead. Little rabbit come inside, safely to abide. With cardboard, a picture frame, a piece of typing paper, and a flashlight. Puppetry does not take a lot of stuff.
Except for creativity.
Except for creativity and a little more tape. That's pretty much what it takes. And determination to actually get it to work. So let me show you another puppet. Go ahead and turn the light on. And this is a hand puppet. If you watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, these are the kind of puppets that he used all the time. It's a very simple kind of puppet to use, very simple kind of puppet to make. And in fact, these were, I think, made for our puppet team, which was lots of fun and cool. Another kind is we did a play with paint stir sticks. That's what this is. It's a paint stir stick, popsicle sticks, a little piece of fabric, googly eyes, some fur for the hair, cute little nose. And they're able to just kind of move around, and it's technically a rod puppet. If you want to talk technical, it's kind of a rod puppet because it has very limited movement. But see, I'm still able to kind of give it some life. I'm still able to give it that weight, able to give it that focus, maybe a little breath from time to time. I'm still able to do that. So, and then the last thing I want to show you, I saw this idea on YouTube. I'll try to get you guys a link. This style of puppetry is called bunraku. It is from Japan, and it's full-body doll puppets. So you have the lead puppeteer, who's controlling the head and the arm. Hello. And then you have the second puppeteer who's holding here to kind of help give that weight to the puppet and controlling the other arm. And then we have this puppet down here who is controlling the legs. And again, I'm able to kind of give it some breath here and give it some focus. Maybe even give it some attitude. Puts his hands on his hips. So, and it takes a lot of coordination with these. So we're going to try to walk forward, okay? Here we go. Careful. Step back. All right. So, this is made out of beach towels and paracord. And it's not that hard, really. Now tie here, tie here, tie here, and tie around the head. So puppets can really, truly be made out of anything. And the beautiful part about Bunraku puppets, thank you very much, is that it kind of works with that whole teamwork that scouting is about. Where you have to get 3 people to function as 1 person. And that's one of the things I love about Bunraku puppets. Always been one of my favorite styles. So, and those are the puppets I brought to show.
Okay.
And that's just some of the stuff I made it out of, and some of the things that I'm able to do with these.
Well, that's really interesting. And a lot of those our kids could do at home. I mean, you guys can make it, like you said, out of literally anything. And so you guys can have as much fun as you want.
Something I've seen with the shadow puppets. I've seen a mother and her son stretch out a white bed sheet with a lamp behind it, and they just took some animals from his animal collection and let them cast a shadow. I've had my puppeteer, my scouts, we set up a tent in the place where we meet and gave them some cardstock and some barbecue skewers and some tape, some scissors, and said, go make some puppets.
Yeah.
It's insanely easy to do. It's insanely fun to do. And again, something even I've taught my kids is that you can, like, let's say you're playing with an airplane, okay? Something that bugs me about, is it The Force Awakens. If you watch the X-Wings flying around, they don't have any weight to them. They just turn.
Thanks, Miss Hedgehog and Mr. Nathan, for coming on board. We'll see you guys soon.